Michael Roberts had everything most men dreamed of. His tall frame, tailored suits, and commanding presence made him the kind of man people noticed when he entered a room. At 42, he was the proud owner of a flourishing construction company in Port Haven. He lived in a sprawling mansion with polished marble floors, manicured gardens, and cars that gleamed like mirrors in the sun. But the jewel of Michael's life was supposed to be his wife, Evelyn. Evelyn was gentle, kind, and selfless. She ran a modest boutique in town, her joy found not in riches but in simple beauty, carefully folded dresses, customers who left smiling, and evenings spent cooking for her husband. Evelyn adored Michael, believing he was her protector, her partner, her love. But Michael harbored a secret. Michael met her at a charity gala organized by one of his business associates. Clara was younger, fiery, with a beauty that was sharp rather than soft. She had eyes that burned with ambition and a smile that could unravel resolve. When she laughed, Michael felt a thrill Evelyn's quiet love never gave him. What began as an innocent flirtation soon descended into dangerous territory. Michael found himself sneaking away on business trips that weren't real, his phone filled with late-night texts, his guilt gnawing at him like termites on wood. At first, Clara was satisfied with stolen hours in expensive hotel rooms, the thrill of secrecy, and Michael's lavish gifts. But soon, she wanted more. "I'm tired of being your secret," she hissed one night, her nails digging into his arm. "I love you, Michael. Don't you love me?" Michael sighed, rubbing his temples. "Clara, I care for you, but you know I'm married." "Evelyn. Evelyn." Clara spat the name like poison. "That woman doesn't deserve you. She has no idea who you really are. I'm the one who understands you." Michael tried to calm her, but Clara's obsession grew. In her mind, Evelyn wasn't just Michael's wife, she was an obstacle that had to be destroyed. Clara began to stalk Evelyn's routine. She lingered near the boutique, pretending to shop while secretly watching. Evelyn always closed around 7:30 p.m., locking up before walking the same quiet alleyway home. Clara's mind twisted with dark determination. She knew two men, desperate drifters who hung around bars, always looking for a quick payout. She approached them one evening, her voice low, her eyes glittering with resolve. "I need a job done," she whispered. "The woman walks home every evening through the alley behind Greenfield Street. Make it look like a robbery. No witnesses." The men hesitated. Murder wasn't their usual business. But Clara's promises of money, and the fierce way she spoke, won them over. It was a Thursday night. The streets were cooling after a sweltering day. Evelyn closed her boutique, humming softly to herself as she stacked the last dresses. She thought of Michael, planning what meal she'd prepare for him. Her heart was light with love, unaware of the shadows gathering. As she stepped into the alley, the two men pounced. Evelyn gasped, clutching her bag. "Please," she cried, "take it, just don't hurt me." But Clara's orders had been clear. One man pressed a hand over Evelyn's mouth while the other dragged her deeper into the shadows. There was a struggle, a muffled scream, and then silence. When the men slipped away, Evelyn's body lay crumpled against the wall, her lifeless eyes staring at the stars. Michael received a call the next morning. His phone fell from his hand as the words rang in his ears, "Your wife has been found dead." The funeral was a sea of black. Evelyn's boutique customers wept openly. Michael stood at the graveside, shoulders shaking, his face buried in his hands. Everyone said he was broken by grief. Only he knew that another woman gripped his heart in secret. But Clara miscalculated. She thought Michael would now be free to love her openly. Instead, Michael grew distant, hollowed by guilt. He avoided her calls, his once passionate visits dwindling into silence. "You should be happy now," Clara whispered to herself in frustration. "She's gone. He's mine." The police worked tirelessly. The alley wasn't well lit, but there were witnesses who saw two men loitering. One was caught within days, trembling as he confessed. "It was supposed to be a robbery," he stammered. "But she told us to do it." "Who told you?" the detective pressed. The name spilled from his lips, "Clara." The officers arrived at Clara's apartment one evening. She opened the door in a silk robe, her lips painted red. She didn't resist as the cuffs clicked around her wrist. At the station, she was calm, almost smug. I did it for love, she confessed. He belongs to me. Evelyn was in the way. Her words chilled everyone who heard them. Michael was never charged, there was no proof he knew of the plan. But freedom was no comfort. At night, Evelyn's face haunted him. He dreamed of her last walk home, her last terrified breath. Her voice lingered in the halls of their mansion, soft and accusing. Sometimes he would sit in her boutique, now shuttered and abandoned, running his fingers over the dust-coated fabrics. Tears would stain his eyes. He had not killed Evelyn, but his betrayal had paved the road to her grave. Clara was sentenced to life in prison. Michael never visited her. He never answered her letters, filled with the same obsession that had destroyed everything. He lived in wealth, but he was a broken man. His home echoed with silence, his fortune hollow without love. To the world, Michael was still powerful, still admired. But inside, he carried a curse heavier than chains, the knowledge that his weakness had cost Evelyn her life. A lie may hide in the dark, but truth will always crawl into the light. Infidelity is never harmless, it breeds deception, obsession, and destruction.